Hello, this is Rajuki here, and today I'm gonna talk to you about Alacrity rating in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, a lot of people think they know exactly what this stat does. They say all sorts of things, like it reduces the global cooldown timer, etc., etc. Well, I thought I'd make a video to see whether that is true or false. But before we begin, I'll just read the description in game. It says, reduces the time needed to activate or channel abilities so they can be executed more quickly. Well, essentially it's like the haste stat in World of Warcraft. It will lower your casting time rates while still doing the exact same damage. So you can cast, for example, a healing spell faster, or you can channel out some damage even more fast than you could before. This screenshot is taken from in-game, and if you notice the 4% increase I get, that's from my spec. I didn't want to respec for this video, so just don't worry about it. To show you a little bit how Alacrity affects your casting time, I have stripped my character of all the gear, and you can see that my healing scan has a 1.44 second cast time. Normally it has a 1.5 second, but since I have my 4% skill buff from my spec, I get it down to 1.44. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put on all my gear, so I get a lot of Alacrity rating, and you should notice that my healing scan is now down to 1.22 seconds cast time. And now it's time to see whether Alacrity rating decreases your global cooldown time or not. This is a shot where I use an instant cast spell with no Alacrity rating at all. And now the same shot, but with as much Alacrity rating as I could get. Did you notice any difference? Well, let's compare the two. The top half of the screen is with Alacrity and the bottom is without. And now we'll take it in slow motion. As we can see, global cooldown is not affected by Alacrity at all. However, it is not entirely wrong that the global cooldown is affected by Alacrity rating. As we know, the global cooldown is 1.5 seconds, and I showed you earlier in the video a healing spell called Healing Scan, which has a 1.5 seconds cast time normally, and I got it down to 1.22 seconds. This should mean that if the global cooldown isn't affected, I should be able to finish the spell before the global cooldown is finished. To see whether this is true or false, I will now cast a spell with and without Alacrity rating. Did you notice any difference? We'll compare the two. The top one is with Alacrity and the bottom one is without. Perhaps it was a little bit too fast, so we'll go in slow motion again. The top half was actually finished before the bottom half. In conclusion, this means that Alacrity will in fact affect your global cooldown, but only if you are casting a spell which has a casting time of below 1.5. It will not affect any instant cast spells. And now you're probably wondering, how much speed increase will you actually get per point of Alacrity? Well, I was wondering that too, so I did some calculations. I took the percentage of speed I gained and divided with the amount of Alacrity. When I did this with 40 points of Alacrity, I got a 0.036% speed increase per point of Alacrity. However, when I did this with 555 points of Alacrity, I only got it to 0.0268% speed increase per point of Alacrity. So I did some more calculations, and then I created a very beautiful graph which you can see on the screen right now. This graph clearly shows that the more Alacrity you have, the less percentage of speed increase you will gain per point of Alacrity. If you feel really interested in the subject and you want to get a bit better view of my picture, you can just private message me and I'll send you a better version of the picture. That pretty much covers the basics of Alacrity. If you want to discuss more on the subject, I'm sure you'll find plenty of threads out there on various forums that will discuss the subject. Anyway, before we go on, I just want to make a quick announcement. If you're a Battlefield 3 player like me, you can play with me and my homies on our own server. The link is in the description. Also, feel free to click out on any other links at the end of the video.